IELTS tips and tricks. 7 smart ways to think in English. Think in English by surrounding yourself with English. The first step to think in English is to surround yourself with English. This doesn't have to mean living in an English-speaking country, although that is great if you can. You can do it by giving yourself time every day where you only hear and see English. You can start with 10 minutes every day and then move up to 30 minutes, an hour or more. Whatever you can manage. See this as fun and enjoyable, not study. So I'm talking about doing the following English, listening to a podcast, listening to the internet radio, listen to some songs, reading a book or magazine, reading a blog, post or website you like, maybe connected with a hobby you have, watching a YouTube video, watching a film or TV series. Only use words you know. When speaking in English, sometimes students want to express an idea but lack the vocabulary. So they go and look it up in a dictionary. This is one way to build vocabulary, but it doesn't build fluency. A great way to improve fluency and to start thinking in English is to only use words you know when speaking. Start small and build up. A common technique to start thinking in English is to see an object and say the word to yourself in English. So talk to yourself in English and think in English. Talk to yourself. No, it's not very natural to describe what you see out loud. We only really do that in classroom. So more realistic and meaningful activities could be, for example, saying your feeling and reactions to different situations, such as saying that's a silly hat when you see your neighbor in the street, describing your plan for the day, describing an activity you are doing. When cooking, I need 2 eggs. Where are they? Here they are. Now I put in some milk. Reviewing what you have done today. Write in English. When it comes to thinking in English, I think the active skill of writing complements the active skill of talking even to yourself in creating an English environment that will help you think in English. Of course, the way we speak and write are quite different, and I don't encourage you to speak like you write. But there's some research suggesting speaking and writing are connected and can influence each other. Personally, I have found writing words, especially in Chinese, helps me enormously to think and use that word. By adding a visual element to the audio I have in my head, here are some simple things you can start writing, like shopping lists, messages to family, post it to yourself, a diary, a blog. When you do the above, you are first thinking, then reinforcing the learning and use of the language by writing it down. This in turn helps you think more in English. And don't forget to practice with others. In English, we say the proof is in the pudding. This means only when you do something you can see if it really works. So it is good to practice thinking when alone. You also need to practice it in conversation with others. The more you encourage in conversations in English with students, teachers, or friends, the more you will have the chance to practice thinking in English as you speak. Have some conversations where you just focus on thinking in English. In those cases, follow the tips above about only using words you know. Keep it simple. Best of luck.